Hello, everybody. Miguel again from Japan, almost ready to get out of here with more comments on how the coronavirus is affecting us in the region. I've been talking to many friends who work in China and went out for as a vacation for Chinese New Year during Chinese New Year, and they are in the same situation, stuck in whatever countries with a backpack or whatever they were carrying, and with everything else left in China, being unable to go back. Some of them have already lost their jobs. Some of them still have their jobs waiting for them, but it's an alarming situation. For people like me that are stuck in Japan or in the region, in whatever countries, alone is also a harder situation because we are isolated even in public places, and that lack of social interaction is affecting us emotionally. I've been talking to a lot of friends in China who are getting desperate, and the reason for this, just to make a parenthesis, not a parenthesis, but actually I think this is a very important thing, is that this desperation, this depression comes from the lack of social interaction, and from the very neurological perspective is the lack of the production of oxytocin, which actually happens in human interaction. The closer the interaction there is, the more oxytocin we release, the happier we feel, and the more connected, bonded to our fellow human beings we feel. So that's why isolation, for example, is the ultimate punishment for someone who is being, for example, who has to spend their life in jail. There is still a greater punishment, which is isolation, and it's a neurological hormone reason for this. But I wanted to say that I've been doing a little research about what's going on in terms of how spread out is the coronavirus right now. And according to the World Health Organization, this is pretty alarming. This came up, let me see, if on February 13th. This is like 3 days ago. Now, one of the things that experts were saying about the coronavirus is the fact that we don't know much about it, and because we don't know much about it, there is not a vaccine. There is not a vaccine, so that means that the confirmed cases are being treated based on SARS or MERS kind of treatment. But this is, even though it's one of the kinds of coronaviruses, has different characteristics. For example, the characteristics that it can mutate. Another thing that I've been hearing, and I don't take it this as a confirmed thing, is that the incubation period for the coronavirus is not 14 days, but 20 days. Another thing that I've been hearing, and this is from experts, is that from John Hopkins University, they had a conference on the coronavirus, and they were saying that. So the question was, when is the infected person infectious to other people? So one of the experts, I don't remember the names. I'm sorry about that. I cannot give you the exact data right now. But one of the experts mentioned that most of these kind of virus are very infectious when the person shows the strongest symptoms. But it seems that for the coronavirus could be very infectious even when the person infected doesn't have the symptoms yet. But that means you can be talking to a person who is perfectly okay at that moment, but it is infected and you are getting infected by that person. So this also pushes a little bit of the self isolation attitude that we are taking in the region and all over the world. I have here a table with confirmed cases. So in the Western Pacific region, we have 46,550 cases in China, 50 in Singapore, Japan 29, Republic of Korea 28, Malaysia 18, Vietnam 16, Australia 15, Philippines 3, Cambodia 3. Now, Southeast Asia, we have Thailand with 33 cases, India with 3, Nepal with 1, Sri Lanka with 1. United States in the region of the Americas, We have 14 in the United States and 7 in Canada. In the European region, we have Germany with 16 cases, France with 11, the United Kingdom with 9, Italy with 3, Russian Federation 2, Spain 2 cases, Belgium 1 case, Finland 1 case, and Sweden 1 case. And in the Eastern Mediterranean region, the United Arab Emirates 8 cases, um, 8 cases, and in the other regions, which is the international convoyance in Japan, that is the ship, the cruise that is actually detained pretty much in Japanese waters. The number is pretty alarming, and the number of countries in which people are getting, the cases are getting identified is getting larger as well. And this may be because as experts advance in knowing more about the virus and developing a more accurate testing criteria, then identifying these cases become easier. So one of the sayings is that at some point we might be finding more cases, or there may be more cases than reported that were not identified originally because they were not the testing facilities. So let's keep an eye on what's going on and what are the consequences, economic, emotional, and otherwise, for people in China, those Chinese and foreigners in China, as well as countries around the world, so that we are prepared and we take preventive actions towards the consequences of the coronavirus. So see you next time. Thanks for watching, and stay healthy, stay clean, wash your hands, take a shower going to sleep, take your shoes off by the door. Try not to bring too much of the outside dirt into the house. And prevention, I think, is the best medicine anyways. Here in the region, we continue being very wary about it, and I personally am looking for my route to get out of the region and be able to go back to my beloved country and yeah, feel safe. Luckily, stay safe. I see you soon.